I'm going to introduce you to my game called Surf Zone. It's a 2 to 5 player game that's played with cards, and each player has a score tracker. These little surf guys that you keep your point totals there. Throughout the game, you can earn these little half point style points. And we also have these other markers for the longest surf. And you can win those throughout the game, and those are worth half points also. So to start the game off, you're gonna go ahead, each player is gonna get their scorecard with their 2 surfers. And then you're gonna shuffle all the cards. And in this game, we're just gonna set, since we're just showing you how to do this, we'll just set the X or 2 away here, and we'll play a 3-person game. Now each player, regardless of how many players you're playing, you could play 2 to 5, gets 6 cards face down. All right, so I dealt 6 cards to each player. And then the players can look at their own cards. In the middle of the table here, this is called the wave. And then there's going to be 2 revealed cards. And these 2 are called paddles. So this is the 2 paddle cards, or 2 paddle, deck areas. And this will be the wave. Now everybody grabs their cards into their hand, and the player that can surf on the first hand can go first. And the way that you surf is all the cards are going to be there's going to be letter cards, and the letter cards are S-U-R-F. So you can see from this, I have an R, an F, and a U. So I can't surf on my first hand, because in order to surf, you have to spell the word surf all in the same color. And there's a blue color and there's a yellow color. So in order to surf, I would either have to have S-U-R-F all in blue in my hand, or I would have to have S-U-R-F all in yellow in my hand. And if I had that, then I could play it down on my first turn. Now there's a couple other cards to keep in mind. So there's these cards called switch cards. Those can change a letter card. It can change to a color. So say I had S-U-R-F, say I had a F that was yellow, everything else was blue. I could if I had this in my hand, I could play the switch card, and it changes the color, and then I'm good, and I could surf. So since I can't, from my first hand, I can't go first. So I'll look at this next other person. If they have a S-U-R-F, they don't. And the third person here can't either. So on the first turn of the game, then the player with the longest hair goes first. And then if you're playing multiple games, whoever won the previous game goes first. So I have the longest hair, since the ghosts here don't have any hair. As you can see on my first play, I can't grab anything. So I can't surf. So if you have 6 cards in your hand, that's the most that you could ever have in your hand. You have to lay down a card first if you can't surf. You lay down a card into one of the paddle decks, and then you can grab a card from the wave or the other card that's left there. So say